Tonight, only on 4, a McAllen resident who is also a U.S. citizen says he was crossing back into the United States after visiting Reynosa, only to be denied entry and then arrested back in 2014. CBS 4's Priscilla Estrada tells us why he has decided now to sue the federal government.
On or about June 26, 2014, 68-year-old United States citizen Emilio Blas Olivo attempted to re-enter the United States at the Far Reynosa International Bridge, an encounter which ended with him spending 3 months in the Port Isabel Detention Center and several months in Mexico after being deported. That's according to a lawsuit Olivo filed against the federal government and unknown federal agents on March 14th of this year.
We believe he proved that he belonged here, and that simply wasn't enough. So he was denied and he was deprived the rights that we all have as citizens.
According to Olivo, he was stopped by agents at the bridge when he crossed into the United States from Mexico. The lawsuit states he was subjected to questioning, after which agents proceeded to detain him, despite producing a copy of his birth certificate as proof of U.S. citizenship.
Me dijo que firmara la deportación. Y le dije, no, yo no puedo firmar nada porque pues yo nací aquí en Guadalajara, Texas. ¿Ya?
Olivo's attorney Cecilia Garza tells CBS 4 the order of the immigration judge form Olivo was presented has him identified as Jose Antonio Olivo Segura, a different name than on his birth certificate and social security card that he presented. The lawsuit filed states Olivo has at no time ever gone by the name Jose Antonio Olivo Segura.
We're still trying to gather information as to why the mistaken identity or why why the deportation paperwork does not match his name or the paperwork on his birth certificate and social security card.
The lawsuit claims agents detained Mr. Olivo or caused him to be detained for 3 months and depriving him of his liberty for nearly 8 months, even after he informed all officials that he was a U.S. citizen. Adding that as a result of the government's actions of the defendant, Mr. Olivo suffered injuries, including his unlawful arrest and detention, lost wages, pain and suffering, as well as mental, emotional, and psychological anguish, as well as the prospect of further employment.
Well, I mean, clearly, he's got rights. He's an American citizen, and the fact that he was deported without due process, without the opportunity to have an attorney.
Olivo and his attorney say DHS, ICE, and USICS officials have a duty to adequately train and supervise their employees and to establish and enforce policies and practices to prevent the occurrence of unconstitutional and torturous actions, which Olivo says has left him in fear.
No he ido a México.
¿Y por qué no has ido?
Pues tengo miedo.
Although no dollar amount is mentioned, Olivo is suing for damages that he sustained, court cost, reasonable attorney fees, and general relief. In Hidalgo County, Priscilla Estrada, CBS 4 News and ValleyCentral.com.
Olivo says he entered the U.S. after deportation with the same documentation with no problem after being deported. He and his attorney are still waiting on all the proper documentation pertaining to that deportation.